Buenas noches y bienvenidos al cuarto programa de la cuarta temporada de Gol sin etiquetas. Siempre decimos que los lunes son menos lunes si hay gol sin etiquetas, pero si encima es lunes de semana de Ryder Cup, estamos de enhorabuena. La semana, no es la semana grande, pero desde luego uno de los momentos más esperados del año, esa competición en la que se enfrentan Europa y Estados Unidos, y no se enfrentan por dinero, sino que se enfrentan por el honor y el defender sus banderas. Y desde luego es una semana que aquí, para nosotros como españoles, pues nos hace especial ilusión, porque si hay algo que tenemos los españoles es mucha historia en Ryder Cup. Y hoy, como no podía ser de otra forma, pues vamos a analizar todo lo que puede acontecer esta semana en Nueva York, en Bethpage, donde se jugará esta edición de la Ryder, y además tendremos con nosotros un invitado de auténtico lujo. Buenas noches, Alejandro Larrazábal.
Buenas noches, Gonzalo. Buenas noches a todos. Efectivamente, para mí, pues la semana más bonita del año sucede cada 2 años, con lo cual lo hace todavía un poquito más especial. Y bueno, una semana llena de emociones, seguro, mucho que analizar y efectivamente con un invitado de lujo, Gonzalo.
Pero Larry, ¿cómo que cada 2 años? ¿Tú no vibras con la President's Cup, que es
No,
los alternos?
eso es bochornoso. No, la Ryder es diferente. Ojo que, si no me equivoco, los americanos ya juegan por dinero, porque pagarles les pagan. Eh, Así que nada, es una pena ese tipo de cosas. Veremos a ver si hay affairs con las gorras, si hay reivindicaciones por parte de Schoffel y su pandilla de dinero, y ya iremos viendo, Gonzalo. Muchas cosas van a suceder esta semana.
Desde luego, muchas cosas van a suceder, como va a suceder dos cosas importantes siendo Semana Ryder. Una, que ya ha empezado la última prueba del circuito, gol sin etiquetas, donde es verdad que bueno, pues hay mucho en juego, donde se están jugando esas plazas para ir a esa final de Montecastillo, pero recordemos que ya lo avisemos en el último programa, que todos los participantes de esta última prueba, para que la gente no se desanime, yo no tengo ya oportunidad de clasificar y demás, todos los participantes, todos los que se apunten a esta última prueba de circuito, entre todos vamos a sortear una plaza para que se vengan con nosotros a esa Copa GSE en Montecastillo. Y lo segundo, siendo semana de Ryder, es que tenemos nuestra quedada en Trocadero. Esta semana, viernes y sábado, estaremos al pie del cañón, pues bueno, para compartir y para ver, qué mejor que en grupo, pues este torneo que es tan especial. Pero bueno, Larry, especial fue también nuestra semana pasada en Albacete, de la mano de Aquadeus. La verdad es que un programa único y repetir. Nunca hemos tenido una producción mejor, las cosas como son. Es que nosotros tenemos unos sponsors que se mojan y cuando se meten algo, se meten de verdad. Menudo display técnico que tuvimos en la Feria de Albacete, porque lo que es impresionante es que con todo lo que estaba ocurriendo alrededor nuestro, que se pudiera escuchar algo. He escuchado el programa y la verdad es que el tema de audio fue un auténtico espectáculo.
Sí, yo no te oía dos palmos, o sea que para que la gente se imagine el jolgorio que había allá, Gonzalo, y si me permites, pues esta semana ha sido un poco triste. Hemos perdido para mí una persona que era muy importante, Ernesto Fernández Gamboa. Desde aquí mandarle un abrazo enorme a toda su familia. A mí y a ti también, Gonzalo. Ha sido una persona muy, muy cercana en nuestra juventud, y de la mano de que hemos tenido pues nuestras victorias, también nuestras derrotas, muchos momentos compartidos, así que descanse en paz y ojalá esté bien por ahí arriba.
Sin duda, una semana triste para el golf español, pero, y como dices tú, una figura pues importantísima para nosotros. El otro día hablando en el tanatorio con sus hijos, le decía precisamente, le digo, es que esas semanas que no estaba con vosotros ejerciendo de padre en casa, estaba ejerciendo de padre con nosotros. Era como un segundo padre allá donde íbamos, con lo cual sí, ha sido una semana muy triste para el golf español. Pero bueno, está claro que le vamos a echar muchísimo de menos, pero allá donde esté nos estará disfrutando, que es lo que hacía Ernesto, que era un auténtico disfrutón, y se merecía también descansar un poco de estos últimos años en los que esa maldita enfermedad pues le tenía pasándolo fatal, con lo cual muy triste, pero a la vez yo creo que el pobre también ha descansado, que los últimos meses han sido muy duros. Larry, con nosotros tenemos hoy sobre todo un gran amigo. Nuestro invitado de hoy, yo creo que nos conocemos desde casi nuestra época amateur. Y es que nuestro invitado de hoy llegó al Tour ni más ni menos que con 18 años, que se dice pronto, ¿eh? Con 18 años aterrizó en el año 2001 en el European Tour y ha estado al pie del cañón, y está al pie del cañón ya más de casi 25 años, y ha sido sin duda uno de de las piezas claves de una de las riders, yo creo, más antológicas que se recuerdan. Además, una en la que tú fuiste también parte activa del equipo, que fue la Ryder de Medinah, el famoso milagro de Medinah. Pues nuestro invitado de hoy fue uno de los grandes protagonistas, un gran amigo, un gran golfista y desde luego un privilegio tenerlo hoy con nosotros. Vamos, esto va increciendo. Llevamos una temporada 4 que esto ya no hay quien lo pare, Larry.
Lo difícil va a ser mantener el nivel. Dicen que es fácil llegar, pero mantenerse va a ser complicado, Gonzalo, a este ritmo.
Sin duda, va a ser complicado. Bueno, pues nuestro invitado de hoy, en esos 25 años en el circuito, ha conseguido 3 victorias. Ha ganado el Open de China, ganó el Open de Francia y probablemente es un... Bueno, no sé, la verdad es que el Open de Francia es una súper victoria, pero sobre todo el Mundial Match Play, el famoso Mundial Match Play. Bueno, y es uno de los jugadores y una de las caras más conocidos del DP World Tour. Hoy tenemos con nosotros a nuestro buen amigo Nicolas Colsaerts. Good evening, Nicolas.
Hello, Gonzalo. Hello, Larry. How are you?
Good. Where are you, Nico?
I'm in London. I'm in London, and I'm flying to the US to go to the Ryder Cup.
Oh, lucky you, Ryder Cup. Look, I mean, you're making me jealous. I don't know what you're doing over there. You'll probably explain it to us now, but you are already making me very jealous. I mean, we have to watch it on TV, and you're gonna be there just enjoying the atmosphere, which is gonna be electric, I'm sure.
I'm not sure enjoying is the right word because, I mean, Larry knows because Larry was in Medinah with us in 2012. He was driving the cart of Chema Olasabal. So Larry knows as much as anyone that when you go and play a Ryder Cup in the US, it's not enjoyment is not really the first word that comes to your mind.
What would be that's a fantastic thing. What would be? What's the first thing that comes to mind when you think about Ryder Cup? I mean, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Oh, in my mind, it's history, it's tradition, it's all the players that you, Larry, and we looked up to when we were young. In your case, Severiano, Chema, Canizares, Pinheiro, all these guys. And in my case, it was Faldo, Woosnam, Langer, and you this is what the Ryder Cup is about. It's all these amazing champions that are playing in a team together and try to beat our biggest enemies, the Americans.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. The other day we had they did this thing at the British Masters where they had Torrance, Woozy, Sandy Lyle, and Faldo. I mean, they did this thing where they played a few holes and they did this Q&A when they were talking about Ryder Cup. And I'm sure that some of the kids there in the room, I mean, some of the younger players on the European Tour, they probably didn't even know who they were. And I was watching them in awe. I mean, listening to the stories. I mean, as you said, we grew up watching those guys. And for us, I mean, I think those guys made the Ryder Cup what really is today. I mean, one of the biggest sporting events in the world.
Yeah, 100%. We were very lucky. We grew up in this era where we were watching the first Ryder Cup that I saw on television was 1991. And in 1991, there was this thing with Severiano and Olasabal against Paul Azinger. So there was friction already, and that's when the I think the Ryder Cup really took a turn into this incredible spectacle, this incredible rivalry. But yeah, I think it's only normal that in between generations, if you talk to younger people, it would be more like Sergio, John Ram, Tommy Fleetwood. Now, those are the Ryder Cup legends of the 21st century.
Yeah, well, and you are part of that legacy as well. So, I mean, we can consider you a legend, Noah, because you were part of probably one of the most. Yeah, I mean, it's. Rory said it in Rome after at the press conference after the win. He said that one of the biggest or hardest achievements right now in sports is winning an away Ryder Cup, and you guys did it for the very last time in 2012 in Medinah. I mean, how was it? I mean, being part of that team and doing that, I mean, and that crazy Sunday. I mean, I remember I was literally there in my sitting room right there, jumping around when Justin Rose got that long pad on 17. I literally jumped off the sofa, which I don't usually do watching golf.
Well, I mean, I can tell by Larry's reaction also. I mean, I can imagine that all these memories come to his head. He had the best seats in the house because he was next to Chema in the cart. And imagine doing 1 week of Ryder Cup next to Chema. It's like being on the bench next to Carlo Ancelotti. Or, I mean, you are next to somebody that will explain to you everything that's happening with the emotions that comes with it. It was absolutely incredible. But there's different parts. There is, in my case, because I was the only rookie in the team, you try to find who you are going to be in this team at the beginning, and being in America, it's a lot louder, so you have to navigate through different emotions, and at the same time you want to make a difference, you want to be part of this team, you want to score points, and then once the game go out on the course, that changes because you are really involved into what you would like to do and how you would like to play in the competition. And then, of course, the Sunday was absolutely crazy. I mean, I keep thinking about this Sunday, and you think, like, if you give pages to Quentin Tarantino and you tell him, write me a golf story, I don't think that you can write the story any better, because it went all over the place. It looked like we were going to do it, to it's happening, to Martin Keimer on 18 that still needs to hold a 2.5 meter putt, maybe three putting. I mean, like, it was absolutely crazy. And so that's why if you go on YouTube and you look at the highlights from Medinah, you can just see our faces at the end, and it's just a massive explosion of joy, relief. Also, the fact that it was Chema, with I told Chema every time I see him, I tell him, Chema, you are in the pantheon of Ryder Cup, huh? I mean, he's one of the biggest Ryder Cup players that we ever had. So I think the fact that we were playing for Chema, with the first Ryder Cup, with Sevi not being there, everything was multiplied. All the emotions were multiplied by so much because of all of that.
Yeah. Listen, Nico, coming back to Medinah, did you really thought that it was possible on Sunday? Because, I mean, to be honest,
yeah,
I was very nervous.
You didn't believe.
Friday, I was nervous. Saturday, suddenly we were losing by so many that, okay, there's nothing to do, because the level of the American squad was really high. I mean, they were playing unbelievable. I didn't thought it was possible. Did you?
Well, I didn't really ask myself, can we do this or can we not do this? I was willing to help. So it's not even a question that even entered my mind. But you have to, that there is this mystical thing. When you think that the last time that that somebody came back from 10-6 was Brookline, and that's when the thing happened with Chema on the 17 green with Justin Leonard. So it's almost like it was almost payback for him. But did I ask myself, can we do this? No, not the way that you are asking the question. I was just, they told me, listen, you go number 6. Okay, I'll go number 6 and I'll try to win my game. That's all I was thinking about.
Nico, I mean, for a rookie, as you said, that he was playing Ryder Cup for the very first time. How is it to play? How is it Ryder Cup? I mean, you've been part of the Ryder Cup afterwards. You've been doing TV. You were vice captain last time in Rome. I mean, how is it the comparison between playing at home and playing away? How is it? What are they gonna find, or what are we gonna see once we turn the TV on Friday morning or Friday afternoon here?
The biggest difference. Okay, so number one is the home support. Like I think in every sport, it's always easier to play at home because you have the support from your crowd. That is just everybody knows this. What I find very different is what comes out of the crowd, what is said from the crowd. And that's why there's one thing that doesn't really sit with me very well is that Americans tend to say, oh, yeah, but when we go to Europe, we are received the same way. I can guarantee you that some of the stuff that is said from the crowds in America is 100 times more violent and 100 times more hostile. Like they have no problem being really nasty. I think that because of the majority of the audience when you play a Ryder Cup is still English in some way, there's still a lot of Brits. It's much more, football stadium in England, so it's more like singing. It's more that British sense of humor that Americans tend to not get at all. Let's be honest, they just don't understand our sense of humor, and I think that's just a cultural thing. It's not necessarily a criticize, or that's not something to criticize. It's just that we have a very different sense of humor. We come from different cultures. We don't act socially the same way, and therefore I think that's why the two atmospheres are very different and sometimes misunderstood from each side.
So, Nico, I mean, what would you say to somebody like Rasmus, the only rookie this year on the team, who's going to be playing abroad for the very first time in the Ryder Cup? What would be your piece of advice for Rasmus?
I think it's best to know what's going to happen or what can happen to be somehow pre-formatted into, listen, it's going to be loud. They're going to call you by your name. They're going to insult your mother. That's just the way it is. That's what they do. So I mean, but then everybody's different, so like, and that's why, in the preparations of this last Ryder Cup in Rome and everything, all the guys are doing these personalities, quizzes, and profiles, so we know who or how to give an information to certain guys. Like, how is he going to take him? Do you go dead on? Do you dance a little bit with them and bring them around and maybe deliver the information in a nicer way? For example, John Ram, you can just go to John Ram and go, John, this is what's happening. And he goes, yeah, okay, boom, 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 game over. But, like a Matt Fitzpatrick would be more like, Matt, you have to, you have to bring or talk to the guy in a different manner. So what would I tell Rasmus Højgaard? I would tell him that it's going to be loud. They're going to shout when you hit a bad shot or two. But in the end, it's what you do on the golf course. I remember telling myself in my first game, I was on the third green and I saw my ball and the 3 coins on the green, and I was like, this is the only thing I need to worry about. Everything else is just noise, and it shouldn't really have much of an impact on the game. The only thing I need to worry about is who does what with those 4 balls.
Nico, this year you are not vice captain. Are you going to New York to do your stuff on the first tee? Is this your purpose this year, or what are you going to do?
Listen, Larry, I dare you to go to America as a European and try to do a Viking clap on the first tee and see if you can walk out of the golf course alive.
They might shoot you. They might shoot you straight in place.
You were enjoying in Rome, doing the.
Yeah, but you know what? So if you look closely, so I've done 3 of those claps. I've done the first, the second, and the third day, and the three of them are very different. Um, the first one, I was rushing from the driving range, and Dodo Molinari was on the radio telling me that I needed to come quick because we were running out of time. And so I got there, started shouting at the people, did the clap, and did it, let's say, professionally. The second time, because I mean, I don't know if you know this, but I was at the back end of a year and a half of depression. I was under medication. I was going through a really, really hard time. And the second clap, I did it so selfishly. And I was like, because you are at the bottom of this grandstand and you have 10,000, 15,000 people that shout in your direction. All the eyes are on you. Not like I don't do it in a narcissistic way, but you can feed off the energy of the people. And the second one, I was like, I'm going to go down there and I'm going to feed off the energy of these people and fill myself up. And it was, I've never felt anything like this before. And that's why I fell on my knees and I've got my arms like this. And I'm just like, oh, and I'm just taking everything in, which was, wow, what a moment, what a chance to be able to do this and to have 15,000 people at your fingertips. You are in charge, which was wow, absolutely incredible.
Hey, Nico, talking about this year's Ryder Cup, I mean, we're pretty much taking the same team. I mean, other than the Hogarth brothers, we're kind of switching. Luke definitely went for experience. I mean, what do you think? What did it work so well the last time that Luke really wanted to bring the pretty much the whole team again back to best pace? I mean, what worked and what made the team perform so well?
Well, I think it's a combination of a lot of things. I think it's the step number one was the preparation that was done. Whatever, the captain, especially when it's a receiving captain, when you play in Europe and you're a European captain, you have to do much more than people think. Whatever it's organizing all the dinners, then your wife has to organize what the wives are doing and this and that. I mean, like it's a really really big job, and I think Luke has really done an incredible job at setting the theme. Because we were also going to Rome, I think him and his wife have really put the Rome thing and the ancient city of Rome at the center of uh, of of this thing that us European understand. And it was, whatever it's the Colosseum, which is the gladiators and all that kind of stuff. And I think that they really brought that and they made a really great theme about this. And I think it really everybody understood that very clearly. Um, and then all the preparation that was done with Dodo, with all the stats, with all the possible pairings, who's going to do four balls, who's going to do foursomes, looking at what ball they're using. Are these two guys with those balls? Is it going to work? But is this guy okay to play this guy's ball? Is this guy's okay to play a different ball? So honestly, the attention to detail was unbelievable. And then let's be honest, you cannot win a Ryder Cup if you guys don't play well. But they're only able to play well if you put them in a frame of mind, an atmosphere, and this group. The English always call it camaraderie. You just call it team bonding. This is, in the end, the Ryder Cup or the job of a captain is basically just people's management and put them in the best possible place for them to perform for 14.5 points.
Sure. And I mean, and for me, what it really worked as well, it's the fast start that you had on the first day. I think it was a combination, as you say, of the fast starts you got and the good playing of the Europeans, on top of the Americans, which I think they learned their lesson this year, and they've played a little bit more right before the Ryder Cup, because last year, I mean, some of them, they took like a 7-week vacation, and
Yeah.
and only Justin Thomas and I think Max Homa went to play Napa, and that difference, I mean, that 6-point difference, what that you got on the first round, that was, or the first day, it's pretty much the difference at the end of the tournament. That was that 6-point difference. And it all happened on the very first day. Other than that, it was pretty tight. Saturday, Sunday was very, very square.
Yeah, so Dodo and Luke looked at all the records from all the Ryder Cups and everything, and the percentage of games that are won if you are one up after 6 holes is like 60 something percent or 70 something percent, which at first you don't believe. Like you think, like, hang on, yeah, I'm one down after 6 holes.
No
We're
problem.
good. We're good. Well, not no problem, but you don't really feel like the game is going away from you. But the stats prove otherwise. I mean, like, I don't know how far back they went, um, but yeah. But you were talking about the Americans. Another addition, there was a big question mark for the Americans, was Paris. The only guy in the American team that knew the course, who came and played the French Open, was Justin Thomas, and he was by far the best player of the team that week. I I I always wish, that I was a fly on the wall sometimes to look at how they do things, because yes, Europe has like we have find a template they call, or like a recipe, to put this thing together and put our guys in the best possible place to perform. But sometimes, I mean, you really wonder, what are they doing?
Yeah, surely. Nico, do you think we're gonna see similar pairings to what we did in Rome, or do you think Luke is gonna try and surprise Keegan Bradley with some new pairings? I mean, because whatever we did in Rome, I mean, whatever you did in Rome, it definitely worked.
I'm a little bit like you. I'm a little bit curious. I think because of John and Tyrrell playing for the same live team and spending that much time together, and also the fact that they played together last time and worked really well, I think that everybody is pretty much assured to see these two. Last time, Justin Rose played with Bob McIntyre. Bob was playing in his first Ryder Cup, so Justin Rose was a little bit like, the godfather or the tutor of Bob McIntyre. But now Bob McIntyre has become a different player. So how do you look at how do I use Bob McIntyre with the player that he is today? Is he going to go into a different role? So I'm interested with that. Um, Tommy and Rory is also become like not a very well liked, but a very solid pairing. There was always a little bit this question of who do we play Rory with, and if you look at the American side, was the same. They never really found a partner for Tiger, because these guys are so good that it's and because these guys are so good, they are different, they think differently, they act differently. So you need to find somebody to match with that, and sometimes it's not easy. So apparently, the Rory Fleetwood pairing has become one of the one of the one of the one of the basic ones, let's say. But then Tommy is just won the FedEx. Does Tommy take the role that Justin Rose had with Bob McIntyre last time, with Erasmus? We only have one rookie, so I think we're going to see a lot of similar pairings.
Nico, if you would be the captain, would you have chosen the same picks as Luke did?
Yes, I think I would have. Um, the only question mark was Sepp, because his wife had delivered a premature baby, I think something like a month or something. So the baby was in ICU for a couple of weeks. So that is a situation that you need to monitor. Like, and I think it would have been very quickly done. I think that Luke took his phone, called Sepp, and was like, "Listen, Sepp, what's the situation at home? How are you handling it? Can you be ready? Can I count on you? Yes or no?" And then, I mean, Sepp is a stand-up guy, and Sepp, I, not at any stage would have played games and tell him that he can't be ready when it's not the case. So Sepp is going to do his job, which is hitting the middle of the fairway, hit a lot of greens, and do what an Austrian guy does. Um, I think somebody like Marco Penge could have been a bit of a wild card because he's been playing extremely well the last couple of weeks. He's a big driver of the golf ball. He has played really well in big events. I remember I was working TV at the Scottish Open and I was with his group and I was like, "Oh, this is good. Like, this is really good. Anyone would like to play with somebody like that." And one of the other ones that I was thinking about.
What's the deal with Matt Fitzpatrick? Because his record in Ryder Cup is not that good.
Yes, but Matt Fitzpatrick has been playing so well the last 3 months. I think he would be top 3 Europeans in the last 3 months. It's difficult to leave somebody that is playing really, really well like that at home. Alex Noren, I mean, all of a sudden, at the end of the points, wins the British Masters, the last counting event, and then 2 weeks or 3 weeks after that wins the biggest event of the year. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure that Luke would be looking at Alex Noren and go, shit, I wish I could have taken Alex Noren.
How funny is the vice captain kicking his boys' asses in Wentworth? Like,
yeah. It is a little bit like, hang on a minute, are you sure you don't want this guy to play? But it's too late. I mean, the decision was made.
Listen, guys, step it up because I can play.
No, it's the opposite. We're sending Keegan Bradley and the team. I mean, the good signs. Say, listen, I mean, this guy is this good and still hasn't qualified for our team.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
Look at who we have on our bench. I mean, the guy. Yeah.
Watch out. Hey, Nico. I mean, I've got 2 questions. Did it catch you by surprise that Luke Donald accepted the role of captain? And again, I mean, because in my opinion, he did an amazing job in Rome. I mean, the team won, I mean, very convincingly, and he did a great job preparing for the event. And as you said, I mean, and now, I mean, he's facing a totally different animal. I mean, and with Ryder Cup, you know how it works. If you win, you're a hero. You're the best captain ever. But if you lose, I mean, they're gonna destroy you. I don't know. And also historically, if you in the last 25 years or more, we've been rotating captains on the European Tour. I don't know. To be sure, I think he has more to lose that he has to win, but I would love to hear your thoughts on that.
Well, at first it didn't really seem like it was his decision because the players were asking him to do it again. Listen, you're the prize giving of the Ryder Cup that you've just won. I understand the emotions are pretty high and everything, but when you've got 12 guys that are asking you to do it again, you are flattered. You are somehow, you realize that you actually do a pretty good job at this. But I also agree with you. It's a bit of a risk that you take. But then we're all like to, challenge ourselves. That's the reason why we have made a living out of this game, and we believe in our abilities. I really do believe that Luke believes that, he can do this again with the risk of possibly losing. But if you win in America 2 in a row, like, this is something that would I don't think it's ever been done. So there is something at the end of the vision that is extremely attractive. So why not? I think that Rome was Rome. Rome was incredible. We won on our soil, and everybody wins at home. So there's basically not really a lot of risk, because the odds or the pattern of the last 10 Ryder Cups is against you.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, I like that. I mean, that's probably the way to see it. It's a very, it's the goal itself. It's definitely something to be looking forward to. It's a nice challenge. It's a nice challenge, and for us golfers, we do like challenges.
It's a nice fantasy, huh?
It's a nice.
We sometimes they say, don't fulfill your fantasies, but if you can do this one, I mean, you're going down in history.
Yeah,
do you see Europe as favorites or not?
No, favorites maybe not, but I really do believe that we have a good chance.
Yeah,
I think all our guys are playing really, really well. We spoke about the captaincy. Everything is very well in place. Dodo is there with the computer, tick, 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 looking at everything. Chema Olazabal also on board. I mean, earlier in the year at the Hero Cup, I told Chema, he was like, yeah, I don't know. I'm like, Chema, you have to go. It's not, do I go? Yes or no? We would have all understand, because the last time he went to a Ryder Cup in America was Medinah. And as a winning Ryder Cup captain from Medinah, do you want to go back to the US and be insulted by overweighted Americans? No, not necessarily. But Chema, you have no choice. You have no choice. You are the last one. Like I said, Chema, you're in the pantheon of Ryder Cup. Like, you have to go. We need your help. All these big guys in the team room, when Chema speaks, no one moves. No one moves, because it's like they're the gods of the Ryder Cup, plain and simple.
Nico, are you gonna miss being on that team room? I mean, I think it must have caught you by surprise not being on the team, because I mean, everybody pretty much. I mean, it's the same vice captains, and then they went for Alex Noren instead of you, which for me was a bit shocking.
Was it a surprise? Yes, because I have, I think, proven that I understand this competition better than most. I think I have showed my allegiance to European golf and how much it matters, not only to me, but I understand how it matters or what it matters for European golf. So disappointed, yes. Sad, yes. But then, the captain decides. It's his team, and I've told him that from the beginning. He was like, "Yeah, well, I don't know what I'm gonna do," and I was like, "I never lobbied. I could have easily be like, come on, take me, come on, do this. What are we waiting for? I'm indispensable. Like, no one's indispensable." But and I told him from the beginning, it's your team. You do whatever you want. Like that there's no hard feelings to have. I'm more sad and disappointed that I can't help. Yes, it's an amazing week to live. It's an amazing week to be a part of. It's one of the coolest weeks in golf. But I'm more sad that I can't help Europe win this competition that I love more than anything else in my sport.
Nico, what is it? I mean, have you been fortunate to be part of the Ryder Cup? I mean, playing Ryder Cup. What is the pressure like? I mean, you've played majors, you've won tournaments, you've lost tournaments. I mean, how's the pressure? I mean, try to explain to a young professional who's watching us. I mean, what's the pressure like to be playing on that? Not only, I mean, on that first tee of a Ryder Cup, or maybe on that 18th hole playing against Tiger, or I mean, how is it like?
You only realize how big the pressure is once you get there and once you live it yourself. You cannot explain to someone how much it takes complete control of you. The first tee is absolutely crazy. I went from being perfectly fine over the ball to my last look back to the ball and going like this. It's unbelievable in a stretch of a quarter of a second. It was absolutely incredible. The thing is, you see the best players in the world hitting bad shots out of first. It's funny because Paris, nobody hit it in the water. Everybody hit good shots. Uh, Rome, we didn't really see bad ones. I remember seeing Webb Simpson hit a sky 3-wood that bounced just on the fairway about 180 yards. But you don't really see bad shots out of the first out of Ryder Cup anymore. And is it because the scene of the sports is getting bigger and bigger, and the guys are being used to play in really loud environment? Yeah, possibly, maybe, but I can guarantee you that when you're on the first tee of the Ryder Cup, you think you have an idea of what you get yourself into, but it's 20 times worse.
Listen, at Medinah, on the first tee, the first day, the first shot that Graham McDowell hit, that was one
I
of the
remember.
worst shots I've seen in a
Yeah,
elite professional. I mean,
yeah,
it was
correct.
absolutely terrible. But I
Yeah,
was there and I was thinking, thanks God, I don't have to hit this shot because I can just hit an air shot. I mean,
yeah.
I could feel the pressure and I was not hitting any shots. If I have to tee it up, maybe I have problems to tee it up, like to put the
and
ball
I
in.
don't
Listen,
know.
they were just talking about it. My hands are sweaty.
Don't you
What did
remember
you do to handle the
Medinah?
situation? Because you played extraordinary in Medina.
Yeah,
How did
but
you prepare yourself?
I, I can't explain it. I honestly cannot explain it. I was doing I did an interview the other day, and I don't know how I did not wake up in the middle of the golf course after 9 or 10 holes and go, "This is just too good to be true." Um, I was I was hitting the shots. I was
You were
all
correct.
all the reads were every time I was reading a putt, it made sense. You have those rounds. I've every Gonzalo has them as well. We all have these rounds where
Not very often, unfortunately.
no, but I said we all have those couple of rounds. I mean, I lipped out for 59 in Portugal. I have a course record at Fancourt on the links. I think I shot 8 or 9 under. It will never be broken. And I'm
It
lucky
will
to
never be
have
broken. I like that statement.
impossible. Absolutely impossible. Absolutely impossible. Because we played a little bit from the front and and the course was soft. It's never soft there. And I have a third unbelievable round like that, and I'm so lucky it happened to be at the Ryder Cup against Tiger, playing with Westwood in my first game, being the first Belgian guy to play in the Ryder Cup. I, I don't think you can tick more boxes than that of having an incredible
Flame for
round.
Oli. Flame for Oli.
Yeah, I mean, but you see, also Ollie and I, because Ollie is from the Basque region, he speaks French very, very well. we we we've we've built a very special connection. Uh, I mean, I can see even early in the year when we go to the Hero Cup. I mean, I'm the one that makes him laugh the most. I mean, so we have a special relationship, and I'm so grateful, and I'm so incredibly touched that this little guy from Brussels has become a very good friends with one of the legends of the game.
For sure. I mean, Oli. I mean, I'm the same. I always, for me, I always say the same thing about Oli. I mean, for me, Oli was my hero, and then he became my friend. It's like, whoa, what is this? What's going on here? All of a sudden, he's calling me for Christmas. It's like, I never dreamt of that. And then you get to spend time with him and play golf with him, and all of a sudden, he would give you a putting lesson. It's like, what's
Yeah.
going on here?
I remember you told me that you spent some time at his place, and you said that the eggs, you've never seen eggs that organic in your life. I remember this.
They don't get more organic. He's got all the chickens running around the backyard. It's amazing. The omelette it wasn't yellow, it was orange. I mean, those are kind of radioactive eggs. But yeah. So Nico, let's change subjects. I mean, what's with you? I've read today. I mean, I was very sad to read. You play Saint-Nom-la-Bretèze, by the way. You play the French Open back probably on one of my favorite courses, and where we had great memories from some number. We played a semi-trophy together, and we had a very good time there. So I mean, you were lucky to play the French Open today, but I read it might be your last one.
Well, so it's going to be my last French Open, so that's why there was a little bit of things on social media. I've been, since my health scare a couple of years ago with this kidney disease, things have been a little bit different. I when you go through, something like this, you naturally change a little bit, and my relationship with this job has changed a little bit. I've been thinking about, stopping for, 2 or 3 years. I was supposed to stop at the end of last year, and then I finished second at the Dunhill in St Andrews, and then I realized that I can reach the big milestone of 500 tournaments on the European Tour this year. So I pushed another year, but I am not engaged enough. It's not like I don't like the game anymore. I mean, we will always love the game. I mean, you, Larry, and I, this is what we know best. This is what we love to think about the most, whether you like it or not. When we play shit, yeah, we hate the game, but it's in our blood. There's nothing you can do about it. It has shaped who we have become, and who we have become in this world. But I am not engaged enough to be um, looking at half a shot here, half a shot there. Um, I haven't really practiced in a couple of years. Actually, it's funny because the guys ask me, "Oh, you live in Abu Dhabi?" I'm like, "Yeah." Where do you practice? I'm like, "I don't." It's like, "What do you mean you don't?" I'm like, "I haven't. I don't remember the last time I went to the range with a TrackMan and put two sticks and hit balls. I've not been enough into it to keep going and to have results, just plain and simple."
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I'm the same. I miss the competition. I love to compete. I do miss the competition, but I don't miss the practice. You know what I mean? It's just when I go out on the range, yeah, I might hit a few, and I still like playing. I don't like playing as much now because it sucks to suck. But but it's just, yeah, I don't miss the practice. I do miss the competition though. I like being out with the guys and be out with you and have dinner and play a practice round here and there. And I do miss, it's more than the competition. I miss the adrenaline of the competition.
Yeah,
And
yeah. So
adrenaline
there's
of
two
being,
things here.
yeah,
There is the competition, and
yeah,
there is the life on tour.
yeah,
There's three things. There is number one, the passion of the game; two, the competition; and three, the life on tour. And that's why you need to have the full package. To be successful, you have to be good, you have to work, and you have to be okay living this lifestyle. Not just us, but I mean, we all have families. You need to also find a wife that is okay with that lifestyle, that is okay to stay at home with the kids and wait for you to come back, and then give you the keys of the castle. But but yeah, it's the package is very difficult to have. How many guys? I mean, we all know, the three of us. We all know guys that we always thought that they were gonna have a huge career, and they never did anything, just simply because they didn't have what I tend to call the package.
So I practice more than you both together, and I would not play for $100 against you, even if you give me 10 shots. Imagine how bad I am. You give
But
me 10
what?
shots,
But
I'm not,
why?
I'm not betting anything.
How,
You
how
know,
how
I
come?
just cannot play anymore.
Es la cabeza, Larry. Es la
No,
cabeza.
it's not like, yeah, it's my nerves. I cannot hold my nerves. I mean,
But you know what? I become slowly like you. I don't have the nerves anymore. I mean, I can be a couple of shots inside the cut or around the cut line, and it's like I've never done it before. I'm starting to see things, and I'm like, why do I even think about this? Like it's a bit frustrating, and when you do it 20, 25 weeks a year, it's extremely tiring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is indeed. It is indeed. So, Nico, what are your plans going forward? I mean, you've got 2 tournaments to get to that milestone of 500. So hopefully you'll reach it by the end of the year. But what are your plans afterwards?
TV.
You're still young, man. You're still young. You're only 42.
Yeah, but I've been on tour since I'm 18. I have lived 3, 4, 5 different lives since I'm 18 years old. And I really like doing TV. I really like doing TV. I because we know so much about the game, and sometimes it drives me nuts, to listen at what is said on TV and be not necessarily wrong, but like, come on, what are they talking about? Like,
You
talk
should
about
be
this
happy
instead
that
of
you don't
that.
live in Spain and you don't have to watch to listen to the Spanish
But
Golf Channel.
listen, Gonzalo, this is a continental issue.
Yeah,
You go
probably.
to France, it's the same thing. You go to Germany. I sometimes, when I go to Switzerland, I listen to the commentary of the Swiss about the tournament that week. But I mean, it doesn't make sense at all. This is, what we have to deal with in Europe. There's always the specialist, and on the other side, there is the sport journalist guy that is, to us, because we know so much about the game, it's extremely frustrating to having to listen to a guy that still explain to you what is a bogey and a par.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know what you mean. So a bit of TV and maybe Champions Tour in 80 years time, or not? That's
Oh,
not even in
Gonzalo,
debate.
my friend.
Try to be alive.
It's in 7 years, but
Nico,
wow.
I'm crossing. I'm crossing names that might be some competition. I'm just.
As in, like, okay, Colsaerts doesn't want to play the seniors tours.
That's
That
good.
will make my life easier. Is that what you're thinking?
I have 3
Uh,
years to go, only 3 years, but I cannot play.
Listen, mission number 1 is first, let's hope Miguel will be too old to compete, because
And
at the
Langer.
moment,
And
uh,
Langer.
I'm not sure that any of us, even in a four ball, can beat Miguel. Let's put that straight. Um, but seniors tour, it's in 6, 7 years. I mean, if you want to make a decent living, you have to go and play in the US. You and I, we've played in the US. You've come back. I've come back. And you were living in Miami.
Yeah,
So if
was.
you cannot live in Miami, you cannot live anywhere in America, my friend.
No, you're right. You're right. Nico, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you. Let me tell you, it's an honor to have you here in the show. It's been an honor to play alongside you, and I really enjoyed my time played together. We've played against each other. We've played with each other. I mean, it's been a lot of fun, and let me tell you, you're gonna be truly missed. So we're definitely, please don't do TV so we can still hear your voice and your knowledge. It'll be much needed and appreciated. And best of luck for the future. It's been amazing to have you. Have a great Ryder Cup this week. I guess you are doing TV, so we'll be listening.
Actually, no, I'm not doing TV. I'm just going a couple of days to hang around the team as a little bit of a guest star, and then you won't be hearing me because I'm doing TV, but for Sky. So it would only be in the UK. But listen, I mean, the both of you. I remember you, Gonzalo, on the putting green playing for pesetas at the Copa Jerez in 1997. We go a long way.
Very
Uh,
lovely.
Larry, same thing. I remember when you won the amateur championship. Listen, that's one of the best things about what we have done in our lives with this sport is these friendships that we have formed with people with a common passion and the same love for the game, and spending time together on the golf course was absolutely amazing. So thank you for having me, and Spain is such a big nation for golf that I'm extremely honored that you asked me to be a part of your show.
You should come and play the Spanish Open, and that should be your 500 event, Nico. That would be the icing of the cake. If it's not the Belgium Open, which can be, I mean, make it the Spanish Open and fucking win it and go to the Masters.
Listen, it's not going to happen, but what you can do is still send me a plate of nice cinco jotas or jabugo or something like that. That I will happily take.
We can arrange that for sure. Nico, it's been an absolute honor. All the best. Please give them all the energy we're sending here. We're sending the team here from all the way from Spain, and please bring the cup back to Europe where it belongs.
We'll try our best. Ciao, Gonzalo. See you, Larry. See you soon.
Thank you.
Nice to see you.
Chao, chao.
Bueno, Larry, lo dicho, como bien has dicho antes, ahora ya, o sea, lo difícil ahora es mantenerse, porque vaya lista de invitados hemos tenido aquí en Gol Sin Etiquetas en este comienzo de temporada, ¿no? Esto no ha podido ser mejor.
Sobre todo Gonzalo, Nico, espectacular, ¿eh? Nos ha contado cosas muy interesantes y luego ese talante, ¿no? Comunica muy bien. Yo creo que su sitio natural es la televisión, creo que lo hará francamente bien.
Pues yo lo he escuchado porque es verdad que hace para el World Feed, ha hecho mucho y yo he tenido la suerte de escucharlo y lo hace espectacular, o sea, lo hace con una naturalidad y además que habla un inglés absolutamente perfecto, con lo cual, sin duda, es o sea, el que lo contrate saldrá ganando 100%.
Así es, un gran invitado, me ha encantado, la verdad, nos ha contado cosas muy interesantes, así que bueno, es el mejor inicio de semana que podíamos tener para esta semana de Ryder, Gonzalo, que nos esperan high emotions.
Sin duda, una semana cargadita, Larry, una semana cargadita que yo personalmente no sé, o sea, no sé, yo tengo fe en el equipo europeo, no puedo evitarlo, creo que va a ser una Ryder muy igualada. Si ganarán los europeos o ganan los americanos, no lo sé, pero creo que no va a pasar como las anteriores ediciones que se han jugado en América, donde, bueno, pues han arrasado. Recordemos que en Whistling Straits fue 19-9 a favor del equipo americano y 17-11 en Hazeltine. Han sido las dos últimas ediciones disputadas en territorio americano. Yo creo que tengo la sensación de que va a ser apretada.
Yo, Gonzalo, creo que si fuera una Ryder que se jugara en la Luna, en un territorio neutro, creo que Europa es mejor, pero sigo pensando que va a ganar América en su territorio. No sé, tengo ese feeling. También pensé que eran mucho mejores que nosotros en Roma y bueno, es que cada vez que hago una predicción, Gonzalo, o sea, sale exactamente lo contrario.
Tenemos que hacer predicciones porque no hemos hecho momento Aquadius. Habrá que mojarse, o sea que eso haremos la predicción cuando toque. A ver, 4, es que se dice pronto, pero es que los americanos tienen 4 rookies en sus filas. Tiene J.J. Spawn, Russell Henley, tienen Cameron Young y Ben Griffiths, con lo cual, no sé, yo creo que no sé, a mí eso me da esperanza. Es verdad que luego tienen unos nombres muy fuertes, incluso esos nombres son fortísimos. O sea, el hecho de que sean rookies ni mucho menos les convierten en más débiles. Pero bueno, yo creo que esa ventaja de 4 rookies por solo uno nuestro me gusta.
Sí, sí. Sí, y luego hay una serie de nombres ahí que tengo mucha curiosidad de ver cómo se desenvuelven en una Ryder. Obviamente Gigi Spawn ha demostrado el nivel que tiene y la categoría que tiene de sobra, ganando en uno de los US Opens más complicados que se recuerdan. Pero bueno, es Henley, no sé, ya iremos viendo, ya iremos viendo. Yo tengo ciertas dudas con los rookies americanos, efectivamente.
Sí, pero fíjate, yo creo que
Lo que sí que creo que tienen, Gonzalo, es un gran capitán. Creo que Keegan Bradley va a ser un muy buen capitán.
Yo estoy convencido que va a ser un gran capitán. Yo creo que ha tomado la decisión correcta y sobre todo ha mandado la señal correcta a su equipo diciendo, oye, señores, yo no me elijo, voy a ser vuestro líder para que veáis cuál es o sea, y sabéis lo que amo esta competición y lo que me hubiese gustado ser parte del equipo, porque lo vimos, vamos, todo el mundo fue testigo de ese cuando le rompieron el corazón, cuando Zach Johnson, esa famosa llamada en la serie Full Swing en la primera temporada se puede ver, que fue probablemente uno de los momentos cumbres de la temporada esa de Full Swing. Y es decir, oye, y me sacrifico porque creo que donde puedo o donde puedo ayudaros más es desde fuera, con lo cual yo creo que va a tener el equipo volcado. Oye, he estado mirando estadísticas y he visto datos absolutamente impresionantes. Justin Thomas ha jugado 3 Ryder Cups, nunca ha perdido un individual. Lo mismo Patrick Cantley, es verdad que él solo ha jugado 2 Riders, nunca ha perdido un individual. Curiosamente, Scheffler no ha ganado nunca un foursome. Uno pensaría que Scheffler, jugar un foursome con Scheffler debería ser lo más fácil del mundo. Pues no ha ganado nunca un foursome, Scotty Scheffler. O sea, hay datos muy curiosos. Igual que Fitzpatrick no ha ganado nunca un individual.
Sí, son esas curiosidades, ¿no? Si tienes que decir, oye, ¿y Scheffler dónde lo metes? O sea, ¿qué es lo que se le puede dar mejor? Pues desde luego, no sé, foursome me parece la pareja ideal. Lo que pasa que luego, pues eso, cada uno tiene las personalidades, lo que nos ha hablado Nico un poco, ¿no? Ese mix de cómo juntas a los egos, las personalidades y tal, pues tiene más que de lo que nos pueda parecer a priori y obviamente pues todavía no han dado la tecla con él. Recordemos que hace 2 años le infligieron una paliza histórica, Hovland y Aber, creo que era. Y bueno, esas cosas marcan.
9 y 7. Hovland y Aber a Scotty Scheffler y Brooks Koepka.
Yo recuerdo que una vez perdí un match 8 y 7 contra Pablo Novo. Y yo tenía 13 años y Pablo era muy buen jugador. Y lo recuerdo mortal. O sea, pero claro, es que Scheffler es el número 1 del mundo indiscutible.
Sí, sí. La verdad es que hay parejas, yo creo que hay parejas, como bien decía Nico antes, o sea, yo creo que hay parejas que vamos a ver sí o sí. O sea, yo creo un Ram Tyrrell Hatton en foursome me extrañaría muchísimo que no les pusieran. Por cierto, hablando de números, John Ram nunca ha perdido un foursome. Ha jugado 4 foursomes, ha ganado los 4. Ahí tienes un dato interesante.
Has estado haciendo los deberes, Gonzalo, te
Está
felicito.
haciendo deberes. Encontré una página que te ponía los récords de todos los jugadores que participaban y entonces me iba fijando y el 4-0-0 de John en foursome, desde luego, me ha llamado mucho la atención. Pero como te decía, yo creo que vamos a ver parejas, luego el tema de la bola, Shane Lowry Straka, lo vimos también, los dos jugadores Rickson, es una posible pareja. Y tengo curiosidad, el rol de Rory, si le van a poner un poco de hacer de padrino, como bien decía Nico, o por el contrario, le van a poner con alguien establecido, como ya hicieron en Roma con Tommy Fleetwood.
Sí, hombre, a mí me extrañaría que esa pareja que funcionó también en Roma la separaran. No lo veo. Yo creo que Luke va a tirar de lo que le funcionó. No hay por qué cambiarlo. Yo creo que las parejas es difícil, o sea, creo que hay parejas muy claras, muy establecidas y que así seguirá siendo.
Oye, este año se vuelve a empezar con foursomes. Fue Luke Donald el que cambió, bueno, se puede elegir, ¿no? El capitán local elige si se empieza con foursome o con fourball y cambió un poco la tendencia, que era históricamente, normalmente los europeos solíamos empezar con fourball. Y el año pasado en Roma ya lo cambió y funcionó. Les metimos un rosco mañanero de 4-0 y este año, pues Keegan Bradley parece que no ha aprendido la lección y ha decidido tirar por la calle de en medio y arrancamos con foursome el viernes y además con Pinedo comentando. ¿Qué te parece? Vamos a tener al director general comentando ya los primeros partidos de Ryder.
Impresionante.
Venga, vamos a mojarnos. ¿Qué te parece? ¿Por qué no nos mojamos con las 4 parejas de foursome del viernes por la mañana? ¿Qué te parece ese? Yo creo que no hay que acertar el orden, pero yo creo que nos deberíamos mojar un poco con las parejas. Momento Aquarius, vamos allá.
¿Qué significa para mí el agua? El agua lo es todo. Es fuerza, es respeto, es equilibrio. Es la mezcla del origen con la evolución. El agua es mi vida.
Es acojonante tener a Saúl Cravioto también aquí en Gol Sin Etiquetas, Larry. Es que esto es un plantel de estrellas. No sé qué hacemos tú y yo aquí. Venga, vamos a mojarnos. Parejas del viernes para abrir Ryder Cup por parte de los europeos.
Rory Fleetwood, Ram Hatton, Straka Lowry y Buah, es que me dejo por ahí
Hovland Aberg.
Hovland Aberg. Me
O sea,
gusta.
tú dices que vamos a abrir exactamente igual que abrimos en Roma hace... No el orden, el orden abrimos con John y Hatton primero, luego Hovland Aberg, Lowry Straka y cerraron Rory y Fleetwood. Pero yo creo que sí, me gusta hasta el orden, fíjate lo que te digo.
Como te digo, Gonzalo, o sea, ¿para qué vas a cambiar lo que te ha funcionado? Yo creo que además pues, son gente que todos están jugando muy, muy bien. No veo a Rasmus saliendo de Foursome. No veo a Fitzpatrick jugando Foursome tampoco.
Fíjate, a mí el que me gusta, pero claro, que es que a ver, ha sacado 8 gallos ahí que cada uno es mejor que el otro. Pero fíjate, ¿sabes a quién me gustaría así para abrir la mañana? Que creo que tiene unos huevos como el caballo espartero. McIntyre. Es un jugador que me encantaría ver por la mañana, pero no los sé encajar entre esos. ¿A quién saco de esos 8? Me es muy difícil de elegir. Pero McIntyre yo creo que va a ser uno de los gallos de esta Ryder Cup. Ya lo fue en Roma, que nos pilló a todos por sorpresa el rookie y cumplió y con creces.
Sí, yo creo
Salió
que
invicto, recordemos, de
Yo creo que
Ryder.
en el caso de Roma fue en volandas de Justin Rose. Me parece que ahí hizo un trabajo increíble el inglés, pero sí que es verdad que creo que a día de hoy McIntyre es 10 veces mejor jugador de lo que era llegando a Roma. Entonces, vamos a ver el papel que tiene. Efectivamente tiene muchos huevos. Pero Bethpage es un campo largo, potente. Yo no lo veo en Foursome, quizá en Fourball probablemente le veamos. Lo que sí que tengo, creo, bastante claro es que el viernes jugarán todos.
Sin duda, yo creo que eso ya se aprendió. Yo creo que la lección se aprendió hace años, ¿no? Precisamente yo creo que Brooklyn fue el último año
En Brooklyn fue un desastre.
y que fue un desastre que no sacaron, que estuvieran los rookies sin jugar hasta el domingo.
Sí.
Fue un auténtico
Habían
drama.
3 tíos que eran rookies y que no jugaron
Elecciones,
hasta los
no,
individuales. Era imposible que ganaran su
pero Larry,
partido.
además, algunos de ellos eran elecciones del capitán. O sea, eliges a alguien para que no juegue hasta el domingo. O sea,
Era
ahí
Andrew Coulthard.
se cubrió de gloria Mark James,
Sí,
esa Ryder Cup.
sí, sí.
Pero bueno, Larry está analizando un poco las últimas, las 11 Riders que se han jugado en este siglo XXI, ¿vale? Han sido 11, 6 en suelo europeo y 5 en americano. Ahora mismo un parcial de 8-3 para Europa. Estados Unidos no ha sido capaz de ganar todavía en Europa y Europa sí lo ha hecho en 2 ocasiones en Estados Unidos. Lo consiguió en Oakland Hills de la mano de Langer y lo consiguió en Medinah de la mano de José Mari. Han sido las 2 veces que ha ganado Europa en territorio americano. ¿Lo volveremos a conseguir en esta edición? Kilosa. El domingo lo sabremos. Por cierto, recordar, el viernes estaremos en Trocadero Comodoro en Madrid viendo esa primera jornada de Ryder. Va a haber premios, va a haber porras, va a haber momentos acuados, va a haber de todo. Va a ser desde luego una buena jornada de viernes. Yo le he dicho a mis hijos que no me esperen a recogerles del colegio, que voy a estar en Trocadero, que si quiere que se pasen por ahí, que les invitamos a algo. ¿No te parece buen plan de viernes?
Es un planazo.
Además, ahora que bajan las temperaturas, ¿dónde vas a estar mejor que en Trocadero? A mí no se me
Esperemos
ocurre.
que vengan muchos amigos a vernos y lo pasaremos espectacular.
Larry, nuestros amigos, nos han mandado ya muchos hoyos de ese ranking de peores hoyos de España. Señores, es verdad que
¿Te vas a mojar o no con este tema? Porque claro,
la semana pasada tuvimos el programa en miércoles y muchos se los perdieron, tal. Hemos hecho un ranking de peores hoyos de España. Queremos que nos manden sus hoyos. En todos los campos hay un hoyo malo, así que no hace falta. Hasta en Valderrama hay hoyos malos, o sea, en todos los campos hay hoyos malos. Y vamos a hacer un ranking a ver cuál es el peor hoyo de España. Así que por favor no dejen de mandarnos sus opciones. Yo todavía no, pero si me das, tengo que pensarlo. Es que hay grandes candidatos. Es que he jugado muchos hoyos, Larry, también. He jugado muchos hoyos y hay grandes candidatos. Pero no sé. no sé, ya cualquiera que tenga audio interno ya es que los odio. Hay algo peor que un audio interno en un campo de golf.
No, es un desastre.
Es un desastre, pero bueno. Larry, tus chicas han estado en la sella. ¿Qué sabes? ¿Qué ha acontecido ahí?
Pues he estado bastante ausente de golf este fin de semana, Gonzalo. He estado jugando yo mi propio torneillo por equipos en la Cerdaña, una maravilla de torneo, que por cierto, no me preguntes por mi nivel porque es que es dramático. Y no me he enterado mucho, sé que Aran jugó más o menos, ha tenido un fin de semana duro, pero bueno, por lo menos ha estado el fin de semana. Y que ha ganado, que no me acuerdo cómo se llama.
Ana Juan, canadiense de 16 años. No es que haya ganado, es que ha arrasado. Ha ganado por 7. Ha liderado de principio a fin y ha acabado ganando por 7 golpes. La niñita de 16 años, casi nada.
Y he leído que también ya ha ganado en el LPGA, o esto lo he soñado.
No lo sé, la verdad es que ahí me has cogido con el pie cambiado. Puede que haya sido así, pero me extraña que con 16 años haber ganado ya en el PGA me parecen palabras mayores.
La sella, torneazo, la verdad, le ponen un cariño y un empeño en ser, es nominado cada año al mejor torneo del año en el Ladies European Tour y seguro que lo han pasado estupendamente porque es un sitio maravilloso y que la verdad que la gente de allá se deja la vida por hacer la vida de los demás agradable, ¿no?
Tercera edición ya del torneo. La primera la ganó Nuria Iturrioz, que esta semana pues ha tenido una buena semana, pero ha acabado octava. Y luego buen debut también profesional de Carolina López Chacarra. Acaba en el puesto 26. Marta Martín, puesto 15. Así que ha sido una buena semana. Pinedo dice que no. Pues no se habrá hecho profesional.
No, es amateur, si se va a jugar el Mundial la semana que viene.
Ah, cierto, es verdad. Perdón, mea culpa. Pinedo me hace así desde el background. Me hace, no. Es verdad que tienen Mundial la semana que viene, con muchas posibilidades, por cierto, de ganar las chicas. Yo creo que tiene un equipo muy potente. ¿Quiénes son? Paula.
Paula, Andrea y Carol. Sí.
Team Spain potente.
Sí, las americanas son muy buenas también y las americanas ya llegarán a Singapur con golpes de ventaja con respecto a las españolas porque vuelan o sea, Paula y Andrea vuelan desde San Francisco, Singapur, 17 horas de viaje. La Federación Española no ha tenido a bien, obviamente, gastarse un durito y ponerlas medio cómodas en un avión. Ellas van en perrera, como gran cosa les ha conseguido un asiento en pasillo. Y las americanas viajan en primera clase, con lo cual, pues bueno, saldremos con un par de desventaja, pero son muy buenas y esperemos que hagan un gran torneo y que nos den más alegrías.
Me gusta. Ojalá sea así. Yo estaré ahí. Yo voy con los chicos y llego justo para verlas el último día. O sea que os contaré en directo lo que acontece desde el Tampines Course en Singapur. Vamos a acabar de los aviones hasta las narices, porque te están aterrizando, pero aquí. O sea, como en el Prat antiguo, en el amarillo ese que te pasaban, que te tenías que tirar cuerpo a tierra en el 17, pues igual.
Yo recuerdo cuando aterrizó el Concorde, no sé qué año sería, pero en los años 90, temblaba el suelo, tío. O sea, es que realmente el Prat antiguo es que estaba literalmente a 20 metros de la pista, era espectacular.
No, era de locos. Por cierto, también jugaban las chicas en América, en Arkansas, como dicen ahí, que me gusta mucho Arkansas, el Walmart Arkansas Championship, y ha tenido que ser suspendido por mal tiempo. Mira que Carlota, era un torneo ya de 54 hoyos y Carlota había empezado como un tiro con -7 y tal, por tercer puesto y demás, y al final, entre pitos y flautas, lluvia, y lo han tenido que suspender. El torneo cancelado. Y obviamente porque los torneos a una vuelta pues no pueden computar. Mínimo se tiene que computar completar 36 hoyos. Así que no ha habido torneo puntuable esta semana
Ha pasado lo mismo en mi torneo, Gonzalo. Mi equipo iba segundo a un golpe, going to the last round, y nos la han cancelado.
Bueno, cosas que pasas. Larry, no sé si has podido ver el Open de Francia, pero cómo me gusta cuando se juega el European Tour en campos clásicos como snub la verdad es que da gusto esos campos con los greens duritos, esos campos truqueros entre árboles, no sé. A mí es un campo que desde luego me he divertido mucho ver y además había ahí, oye, estaba Brooks Koepka peleando, había unos últimos partidos interesantes. Al final victoria del americano, Michael Kim, que ha metido un pad estratosférico en el 18 para par y llevarse la victoria. Por cierto, qué gran hoyo el 18 de San Nom. Ese par 3 es de los mejores par 3 y más difíciles que he jugado nunca.
Yo no he estado nunca allá. Sí que es verdad que lo he visto por la tele o históricamente recuerdo algún torneo de haberlo visto por la tele, pero nunca he tenido el placer de estar allá. Así que...
Pues mira, es un par 3 que baja, no, en la tele no se ve, pero baja bastante con un agua a la derecha, que es un laguito de mierda, pequeñito, pero te aseguro que no es que entre en juego, es lo siguiente. Y el green es minúsculo, hasta el punto que yo creo que es de los pocos pares 3 que juegas a no tirar a green. Yo tiraba como un hierro 6 al borde de green y desde ahí hacer 2 pads, porque a la bandera no te quieres ni acercar. Ah, bueno, y por detrás también tienes agua. Si te vas largo es muerte también. Es de los mejores hoyos finales que he jugado nunca, y eso que es un par 3, que es raro acabar con un par 3 que digas, pues esto merece la pena. Pues de los mejores hoyos finales.
Sí, mi hermano, por ejemplo, que está empezando a dar signos de recuperación, estaba jugando francamente bien, y acabó bogey al 17, triple bogey al 18 para fallar el corte por una. Eso...
Y puede pasar en el 18.
Eso hace daño, sí. Es raro ver a mi hermano aprovechando la tiro al lago. No sé muy bien, supongo que el lie sería bastante malo, pero sí he visto varios desastres en ese hoyo. O sea que otro de los hoyos que me encanta no tener que enfrentarme.
Mira, yo probablemente uno de los mejores approach que he hecho en mi vida lo hice en ese hoyo y precisamente jugando con nuestro invitado de hoy, con Nicolas Colsaerts, jugando el foursome en un CB Trophy, pegué un approach desde el bunker de izquierda que se me había quedado la bola y como a medio talú. Vamos, lo recuerdo como de uno de los mejores golpes que he pegado en mi vida. Y además foursome a la antigua, porque yo ya estaba abajo y este estaba todavía bajando media cuesta y cuando vio el golpe, él gritaba, desde la calle gritaba porque no entendía nada del golpe que había dado. Pero qué pena que no lo hayamos recordado porque era...
Foursome a la antigua me gusta bastante, ¿eh?
Hombre, es que el foursome hay que jugar a la antigua. Yo me voy para adelante, toda tu cosa, y ahora cuando esto ya le voy pegando yo.
Dos horitas sentenciado.
Sí, además arrasamos. Los dos jugamos el primer día, creo que ganamos por la mañana 5 y 4 y por la tarde 7 y 5. O sea, fue una pareja invencible. Pero bueno. Oye, pues vamos a dar paso a nuestro director general y que nos cuente un poco, bueno, pues el plan de esta semana de Ryder Cup en el que estaremos escuchándole. Buenas noches, don Ignacio Pinedo.
Buenas noches, chicos. ¿Qué tal?
Pues bien. Aquí veo una muleta por atrás. ¿Pero qué te pasa, Pinedín? ¿Estás lesionado que veo una muleta?
Bueno, tengo un tobillo de mierda y bueno, pues de vez en cuando tengo que usar la muleta para no morir. Pero bueno, eso...
Pues nunca he visto a nadie con 35 años esté más envejecido que este chico.
Joder. No, es una cosa, o sea, una losa más que una cosa.
Bueno, cuéntanos, Pinedín, ¿qué tenemos por delante esta semana? ¿Te están mandando hoyos? ¿Te están mandando nuestros peores hoyos de España o no?
Sí, y de hecho, o sea, nos han mandado pocos, porque es verdad que muy poca gente vio el programa el otro día, era miércoles, era a las 8 de la tarde. Bueno, les cambiamos no solo de horas, sino de día.
Cambios.
Sí, muchos cambios, pero sí, algunos están mandando y lo que quería hablar con vosotros es, a mí la idea que me gustaría es hacer un match play. Entonces yo creo que un objetivo medianamente razonable es que nos manden 32 hoyos, ¿no? Para poder tener un cuadro un poco decente.
Sí, hombre, y si no te preocupes que lo sacamos nosotros, o sea...
Claro, por eso no, pero la idea es, venga, que nos manden 32 hoyos malos y hacemos un match. He puesto el de Larry en un lado y ahora me falta que tú termines de mojarte con uno para poner los dos cabezas de serie y a partir de ahí...
Tengo otro peor. No, igual de malo. El 5 de Puerto Hierro de abajo es uno de los...
ya no, lo hemos cambiado este verano. Tenemos green nuevo que lo estrenamos la semana que viene.
Pues menos mal, porque aquello sí que era malo.
Lo estrenamos la semana que viene.
Pues eso, yo creo que si os parece, vamos a hacer eso y yo lo haría también a través de redes sociales, el tema votación, ¿no? O sea, cada día a lo mejor poner un duelo entre el 4 de no sé dónde y el 16 de no sé qué. Y el que gane, pues lo vamos apuntando y a ver si para diciembre, para el último programa del año, podemos hacer la gran final del hoyo más espantoso de este nuestro país, España.
Pero insisto, que los que los clubes no se lo tomen como algo personal. En todos los campos hay un mal hoyo. Eso no significa que tal. Eso lo decía Simpson, que para que unos hoyos brillen, otros tienen que pues, ser peores y ya está. O
¿No?
sea,
Y tú lo estás diciendo, o sea, hablabais del 5 de abajo de Puerta de Hierro, pues igual el club era consciente y por eso lo ha cambiado, ¿no? Pues oye, pues igual también esto sirve para que de repente podemos hacer un seguimiento y si lo anunciamos yo qué sé, el 25 de diciembre este año, en el último, a lo mejor el 25 de diciembre de 2026 ese hoyo está remodelado y oye,
no, o no solo
es
eso,
nuestra
o
labor
GSE,
de Golf sin etiquetas.
o GSE se lo rediseña gratis. Se lo rediseña luego el
Ojo.
pago la construcción que la hagan ellos, pero se lo rediseñamos gratis. Se lo
Ojo,
mejoramos. ¿Qué te parece esa, Larry?
No es
Esto ha
mala.
cogido cuerpo.
Me gusta, pues eso es, ese es el proyecto. GSE te rediseña el hoyo, si te atreves, claro.
Venga, pues ahí está. Buscamos los 32 peores hoyos de España. Venga, que nos los vayan mandando, que ya tenemos alguno.
Uno de los
ahí.
peores hoyos de España es el de San Cugat, que sube tanto y es un dogleg 90 grados a la izquierda, que es patético hoyo.
Bueno, Los Ángeles San Rafael, ¿cómo se llama ese? Que es así tal como lo has contado. Creo que es el 12 de Los Ángeles San Rafael, que es, bueno, una cosa aquello, que el segundo golpe no ves la bandera, tiras, hay una montaña entre medias, es una cosa loquísima.
Bueno,
Pues
yo diría,
Bueno, dejemos a los etiqueters opinar.
me viene a la cabeza el 1 del club de campo del recorrido de Sebe, el 1, que era un par 3 cuesta abajo, en el cual no veías la bandera. Cuesta abajo y no ver la bandera, ojo, ¿eh?
Sí.
Cuesta abajo y no ver la bandera.
Eso puntúa bastante.
Eso es duro, ¿eh?
Sí,
Cuesta
de
arriba y
hecho,
no ver la
uno de los
bandera te
que-
lo compro, pero cuesta abajo y no verla es durísimo.
Sí, uno de los que han llegado es de ese campo, pero ahora yo no recuerdo si es ese. Bueno, tengo que
Bueno,
mirarlo,
veremos. Vamos a ir haciendo el ranking y veremos. Pero bueno, Pinedín, cuéntanos, plan del viernes. Yo sé que tú no vienes, que tú tienes que trabajar, tú estás exento.
Yo voy en cuanto termine. Yo hago el primer turno que creo que es de 1 a 4 y cuarto o algo así. Así
¿Con
que
quién haces? Cuéntanos, Pinedín, ¿con quién
hago
te
el
castigas
viernes
a ver?
con Nacho, y el sábado con Álvaro.
Bien, te escucharemos, atentos. Estaremos
Así
con
que-
con el blog de notas. Blog de notas tomando apuntes.
Me parece fenomenal.
Banques cóncavos y convexos.
me lo voy a gozar como un enano, porque me apetece un montón. Como decía Larry, es la mejor semana de cada 2 años. Y bueno, pues lo vamos a vivir en Trocadero también, que bueno, hoy ya lo hemos puesto también en redes, que vamos a tener pues premios, porque queremos que la gente esté allí. Recordamos que no va a haber streaming, no va a ser como un programa habitual de Trocadero, porque pretendemos estar allí muchas horas, entonces no hay streaming que soporte todo eso. Pero
no hay quien nos soporte, o sea, más de 1 hora y media nadie nos soporta.
Exacto,
Ni
eso para
Nati
empezar.
nos soporta más de 1 hora y media.
Pero queremos que la gente vaya, que haga sus porras. Vamos a tener regalos muy chulos de la Ryder, regalos de, bueno, cositas muy interesantes. Así que allí les esperamos a todos en un salón especial que no hemos estado todavía en Trocadero. De los muchos que tiene Trocadero, pues nos han dejado uno con pantalla gigante y que el sábado, para que aquellos madridistas y atléticos que están ahí diciendo, joder, es que está el primer turno y está el Madrid-Atleti, bueno, el Atleti-Real Madrid, no os preocupéis que vamos a tener 2 pantallas, o sea que en una va a estar Larry narrando y comentando lo que pasa en la Ryder y luego Gonzalo sufriendo con su Atleti, así que podéis venir a meteros con nosotros.
Yo estoy sentenciado ya, después de este inicio de año que estamos teniendo, me temo que no sé si va a haber mucho partido el sábado, pero bueno, exacto. Dios dirá. Bueno, señores, Pinedín, y luego por último tenemos el circuito. Última prueba, acaba este domingo. Queremos que se apunte mucha gente porque sobre todo vamos a sortear entre todos los participantes una plaza para la Copa GSE que se celebra en Montecastillo el fin de semana del 15 y 16 de noviembre de este año.
Vamos a decir lo que está incluido, por lo menos, en ese, un poco una idea, ¿no? De que
alojamiento, green fees, boogies, cenas, comidas, el estar con nosotros un fin de semana espectacular jugando al golf, compartir tiempo aquí con los etiquetes de pura cepa. O sea que yo creo que es una oportunidad buenísima. Yo mi prueba la voy a meter el martes, que no tengo la previa del Open de España. Esa va a ser en el Centro Nacional. Va a ser mi oportunidad de hacer pocas. Taca, ahí la lanzo. Esa va a ser, mi prueba. Para ese ranking Scratch que me estoy acercando.
Vais solo a buscar el Verdi, o sea que ahí no cabe otra.
Por eso. Ya me dejo de Valderramas y de leche. Voy a ir a lo fácil, al Centro Nacional. A ver si así bajo par.
¿Y tú, Larry, vas a jugar esta semana?
Tendré que ver, a ver si me puedo escaquear. No lo tengo tan claro.
Bueno,
seguro que sí. Bueno,
pues
señores,
esperemos que todos la puedan jugar porque es la última.
Pues sí, es la última. Veremos el año que viene qué pasa.
Yo tengo mi spot en la GSE Cup garantizado.
Eso es cierto, tú eres
Eso es
capitán.
Bueno, de hecho tienes el naming de un equipo y todo, o sea, ya no te digo más. Por cierto, ¿vais a llamarlo Team Larry Team Gone o vais a ponerle los clics, os vais a buscar un nombre rollo Leaf para vuestros equipos?
Los Niblix, ¿te acuerdas? Había uno que eran los Niblix cuando empezó él. Yo creo que los Raincoats antes se llamaban los Niblix.
¡Qué espanto! Oh.
Señores, nada, que nos vemos el viernes, que ahí estaremos en Trocadero. Y para los que no puedan venir, pues nos vemos el lunes, donde comentaremos pues todo lo que pase en esta interesantísima semana de Ryder Cup en Bethpage, donde intentaremos traernos esa Copa Ryder de vuelta. Hasta entonces, señores, arreglen sus piques, rastrillen los bunkers. Nos vemos los lunes a las 10 aquí en YouTube en Golf Sin Etiquetas.
Buenas noches.
Chao.